Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I actually go by Peacejah. That's Peacejah, and you can find me on all social media. Everything I do as an artist, I do off the top of my head. I've been doing this for quite some time, so I hope you guys enjoy. You know, I came a long way. You know, from the bottom, from the trenches. I came a long way. I wasn't invited when I came. I was just told to show up. But when I show up, I had to be my best, even though they had the chance to be their worst. See, I came a long way. I know a lot of you don't understand. When you've come a long way, when you've given up your heart, you've given up your life, you've given up your joy. But I still showed up. Sometimes it's not about where you've gone, it's where you've been. It's not where you've been, but where you're going. And sometimes it's the expectations of your own imperfection that leave you lost. See, sometimes I get caught in conversations, but I always have something to say, because it's better to show up and say something than not say anything at all. Because you're just as guilty if you don't speak, because if you don't speak, then how would you properly think? And if you don't properly think, what are you actually saying? See, this is how we get lost. Poor conversation, misjudgment, mishanded. Matter of fact, I can understand, I can manage. Some of you manage to be exactly where you are, but never went anywhere. Some of you never really understand a true conversation until you spoke to yourself. And you still don't understand, so you constantly miscomprehend. Isn't it the miscomprehension that sometimes leaves us in arguments that we didn't even start? Have you ever been so mad at something you never even knew how to begin, but you're still mad, but you go to sleep with thoughts on your mind? And the first form of death is stress. So when you're sitting there stressed, trying to figure out how you got where you were going, but you showed up anywhere, so why were you in the conversation in the first place? But I came a long way. See, they always say that St. Louis is different from D.C. and D.C. is different from St. Louis, but balance still exists. And a penny with no penny you can steal it is broke. And having no food, you're still hungry. And no matter where you are, whether you're black or white, there's still heat. But in St. Louis, it changes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 seconds. I still can't figure it out, but I'm going to get there. But see, I came a long way. I never really knew what I was going to stumble upon, but I stumbled anywhere. When I fell on my face, I got back up again. Yeah. How many of you are still getting back up and you haven't given in and you don't consider yourself quitting, because quitting is not an option, so you keep on going. See, you keep on going. See, you keep on going and you keep on going. And then ask you, why are you still going? You say, because I can't stop now. Can't stop, won't stop. See, I came a long way. A lot of you can understand when you've been through so much, so many trials, so many tribulations, so many times people told you no. But it was always that mindset that someone was going to eventually tell you what? Yes. See, a lot of you don't know how you got here, but it was the best place to be. See, I love not only music, but the inspirations of the thought that comes from people in purity. But understand the music is the purity of your heart. See, a lot of times when you didn't know how you felt that day, you put on a song and it changed your whole entire day. Sometimes if you didn't know what was going to be on the record, you still let it play until it was the beginning or the ending, unless it was an 8-track and you had no choice but to let it play anyway. But I came a long way. So if you never knew where I've been and you don't know where I'm going, just know, if you see me on the street, all you got to do is say, you came a long way, but now you're here. So the question is not where I was going, is where I am now, because I came a long way. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome back Robert. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it so very much. Robert Nelson and the Renaissance. Thank you so very much, you all. Have a good night.